Have you ever felt a sudden unexplained tiredness after a meal? Or perhaps a persistent ache in your joints that just won't go away, even when you're eating what you think are healthy? Wholesome foods. What if I told you that some of the very vegetables you've been told are good for you? The ones you diligently put on your plate might actually be quietly working against your health, especially once you're over 65. It's a painful reality for many that, as we age, our bodies change. And what once nourished us can sometimes become a hidden culprit behind common issues like energy slumps, digestive upset, brain fog, and even unexplained inflammation. We've been led to believe that all vegetables are universally beneficial, but that's not entirely true for everyone, particularly as our systems become more sensitive and our needs evolve. There's a secret that very few people talk about, a blind spot in our nutritional understanding. That could be the key to unlocking more vitality and truly thriving in your golden years. In this video, we're going to pull back the curtain on 7 specific vegetables that, for many seniors, should be either significantly limited or even completely avoided to prevent a serious decline in health and well-being. This isn't about fear-mongering. It's about empowering you with knowledge so you can make informed choices for your unique body. You deserve to feel your best every single day. So, stay with me, because we'll uncover these surprising truths. And watch to the end for something that will truly surprise you. Let's start with the first vegetable that might be causing more trouble than it's worth for many people over 65, and that's the humble potato, especially when it's not prepared thoughtfully. Now, I know what you're thinking, potatoes, but they're a staple. And yes, in their whole natural form, potatoes offer some nutrients. However, for seniors, the way potatoes are commonly consumed and their particular starch composition can pose significant challenges. Firstly, potatoes are very high on the glycemic index, meaning they cause a rapid spike in blood sugar levels. For an older adult, whose body might already have a harder time regulating blood sugar, this can lead to energy crashes, increased insulin resistance over time, and even contribute to the risk of type 2 diabetes. Think about that afternoon slump you might experience after a lunch with mashed potatoes or a baked potato. It's not just fatigue. It's your body struggling to process that quick sugar rush. Beyond the blood sugar aspect, the methods of preparation are often where the real problems lie. French fries, potato chips, and highly processed potato products are absolutely loaded with unhealthy fats, often trans fats, and excessive sodium. These can wreak havoc on your cardiovascular system, contributing to high blood pressure, inflammation, and an increased risk of heart disease, which is already a major concern for our age group. Even a seemingly innocent baked potato, when loaded with butter, sour cream, and cheese, transforms from a simple vegetable into a calorie-dense, fat-heavy meal that can strain your digestive system and contribute to weight gain. Furthermore, potatoes, particularly when they start to turn green or sprout, contain compounds called glycoalkaloids, like solanine, while typically in small amounts. Higher concentrations can be toxic, leading to digestive upset, headaches, and even neurological symptoms in sensitive individuals. As our bodies become less efficient at detoxification with age, these compounds can have a more pronounced effect. So, what's the takeaway here? It's not about completely eliminating all potatoes forever, but it's about extreme moderation and conscious choices. If you do enjoy a potato, opt for small portions, boil or steam them, and pair them with plenty of fiber-rich vegetables and lean protein to slow down sugar absorption. But honestly, for consistent health and vitality, reducing your reliance on potatoes as a primary carb source and exploring other options like sweet potatoes, cauliflower mash, or even parsnips, which offer more diverse nutrients and a lower glycemic impact, could make a world of difference. Moving on from potatoes, let's talk about a vegetable that's often lauded for its unique taste and versatility, but which can be a hidden source of discomfort and inflammation for many seniors: eggplant. Now, eggplant belongs to the nightshade family, along with tomatoes, bell peppers, and white potatoes. For a significant portion of the population, particularly those who struggle with joint pain, arthritis, or other inflammatory conditions, nightshades can exacerbate symptoms. This isn't just an old wives' tale. Many people report a noticeable reduction in their aches and stiffness when they eliminate nightshades from their diet. The reason lies in compounds called alkaloids, which are naturally occurring in these plants. While harmless to most, in sensitive individuals, these alkaloids can trigger an inflammatory response, leading to increased pain, swelling, and discomfort in joints. Imagine finally having a day where your knees don't creak with every step, or your hands feel less stiff in the morning, simply because you've removed a seemingly innocent ingredient like eggplant from your diet. It's a profound change for some, beyond the inflammatory potential. Eggplant can also be challenging for digestion, especially for older adults whose digestive systems may be less robust. Its spongy texture, if not thoroughly cooked, can be hard to break down, potentially leading to bloating, gas, and general digestive unease. Often, eggplant is prepared fried and heavily oiled, turning it into a calorie and fat bomb that adds to digestive burden and can contribute to weight gain and heart health concerns. Much like the issues we discussed with potatoes. Consider a classic eggplant parmesan. It's often deep fried, layered with cheese, and drowned in tomato sauce, all of which can be heavy and inflammatory for sensitive systems. So, what can you do if you love eggplant but suspect it might be causing issues? The best approach is an elimination diet. Try removing eggplant and other nightshades from your diet for a few weeks and observe how you feel. If your symptoms improve, gradually reintroduce them one by one to pinpoint the specific trigger. For most seniors struggling with chronic pain or inflammation, finding this connection can be a game changer, offering a natural path to relief without relying solely on medications. Instead of eggplant, try exploring vegetables like zucchini, mushrooms, or even portobello mushrooms, which can offer a similar satisfying texture without the potential inflammatory downsides. These alternatives can be roasted, grilled, or stewed in similar ways, allowing you to enjoy your meals without the worry of increased pain. Now that we've discussed how potatoes and eggplant can sneakily contribute to health issues for seniors, let's move on to a third vegetable that's often hailed as a superfood, but which can surprisingly cause problems for a significant number of older adults, especially those on certain medications or with specific health conditions. Spinach. Yes, spinach. This leafy green is packed with vitamins and minerals, and for many, it's an excellent addition to a healthy diet. However, for seniors, there are two main considerations that warrant caution and moderation. Firstly, spinach is exceptionally high in oxalates. Oxalates are naturally occurring compounds found in many plants, and while not inherently bad, in large quantities, or for individuals prone to kidney stones, they can be problematic. When oxalates combine with calcium in the body, they can form crystals that contribute to kidney stone formation. As we age, kidney function can naturally decline, making us potentially more susceptible to stone formation. Imagine experiencing the excruciating pain of a kidney stone, unknowingly triggered by your daily green smoothie loaded with raw spinach. It's a painful reality that many face. Beyond kidney stones, high oxalate intake can also interfere with the absorption of essential minerals like calcium and magnesium, which are vital for bone health and muscle function, both critical concerns for seniors. While cooking spinach can reduce oxalate content slightly, it doesn't eliminate it entirely. Secondly, and perhaps even more critically for some seniors, spinach is very high in vitamin K. Vitamin K plays a crucial role in blood clotting, which is generally a good thing. However, for individuals who are taking blood-thinning medications, such as warfarin, Coumadin, a sudden increase or decrease in vitamin K intake can directly interfere with the medication's effectiveness. This can lead to serious health risks, either increasing the risk of dangerous blood clots if the medication becomes less effective, or increasing the risk of bleeding if the medication becomes too potent. Picture this. Your doctor meticulously adjusts your medication dosage to keep your blood thin enough to prevent clots, but not so thin that you bleed easily. Then, you decide to boost your health with a daily large portion of spinach, unknowingly throwing off that delicate balance. This is a very real and potentially life-threatening concern. It's not about avoiding vitamin K entirely, as it's essential, but about maintaining a consistent intake if you're on blood thinners. Large, Variable portions of high vitamin K foods like spinach can make this consistency incredibly difficult. So, if you're a senior, especially if you have a history of kidney stones or are on blood thinners, consider reducing your intake of large quantities of spinach. For those who love leafy greens, explore alternatives like romaine lettuce, butter lettuce, or even some varieties of chard in moderation, which have lower oxalate and vitamin K levels. Always consult your doctor or a registered dietitian if you have concerns about dietary interactions with your medications. Knowing these nuances can protect your kidneys and ensure your medications work as intended, giving you peace of mind and better health. Now that we've thoroughly explored the potential downsides of potatoes, eggplant, and spinach for seniors, let's turn our attention to the fourth vegetable on our list that might be surprisingly detrimental: corn. While corn is a popular and seemingly innocuous vegetable, especially sweet corn during the summer months, it presents several significant challenges for the aging body. The primary concern with corn, particularly in its highly processed forms like high fructose corn syrup, corn oil, or even just regular field corn, is its high sugar content and often altered genetic structure. While sweet corn does offer some fiber and nutrients, it's primarily a starchy vegetable, and like potatoes, it can cause rapid blood sugar spikes. For seniors, maintaining stable blood sugar is paramount to preventing insulin resistance, managing diabetes, and reducing the risk of inflammation throughout the body. These sugar surges can contribute to fatigue, irritability, and even brain fog, making you feel less sharp and energetic than you should be. Beyond its glycemic impact, a major issue with corn in many Western diets is that it's often genetically modified GMO. While the long-term health effects of GMOs are still a subject of ongoing debate and research, many individuals, particularly those with sensitive digestive systems or autoimmune conditions, report adverse reactions after consuming GMO corn. These reactions can range from digestive upset, bloating, and gas, to more systemic inflammatory responses. Our bodies, especially as we age, may become less tolerant to these modern modifications and the pesticides often associated with GMO crops. Think about how much corn is hidden in our diets, not just corn on the cob, but corn chips, corn tortillas, cornmeal, and as a filler in countless processed foods. It's a pervasive ingredient that can be hard to avoid, making its potential inflammatory effects a constant low-level assault on the body for sensitive individuals. Furthermore, corn is not always easy to digest. You've probably heard the saying, corn goes right through you. This is partly because the outer hull of a corn kernel, the pericarp, is made of cellulose, which our bodies cannot fully digest. While some fiber is good, this indigestible part can sometimes cause digestive distress, gas, and bloating in seniors whose digestive enzymes and gut motility might already be compromised. This can lead to discomfort and contribute to an imbalanced gut microbiome. Instead of relying on corn, consider substituting it with other vibrant, nutrient-dense vegetables. For a similar crunch and sweetness in salads or side dishes, try jicama, water chestnuts, or even bell peppers if you're not sensitive to nightshades. For starchy alternatives, think about quinoa, brown rice, or a truly ancient grain like millet, which offers a more balanced nutritional profile without the glycemic spike or potential GMO concerns of corn. Making these swaps can help reduce inflammation, stabilize blood sugar, and improve overall digestive comfort, empowering you to feel lighter and more energetic. Continuing our journey through vegetables that might be undermining your health after 65, let's shine a light on the fifth surprising culprit: raw cruciferous vegetables, particularly cabbage. Now, I know cabbage is often seen as a wonderfully healthy, fiber-rich vegetable. And in many ways, it is. But for seniors, especially when consumed raw and in large quantities, it can present two significant challenges: severe digestive upset and potential interference with thyroid function. First, let's talk about digestion. Raw cabbage, like other raw cruciferous vegetables such as broccoli, cauliflower, And kale contains complex carbohydrates that are notoriously difficult for the human digestive system to break down, especially as we age. Our digestive enzymes can become less potent, and our gut microbiome might not have the robust army of bacteria needed to ferment these compounds efficiently. The result: significant bloating, painful gas, and uncomfortable abdominal cramps. Imagine having a lovely salad with raw shredded cabbage, only to spend the rest of the afternoon feeling like a balloon. Your stomach distended and rumbling. This isn't just uncomfortable. Persistent gas and bloating can signal an unhappy gut, which impacts everything from nutrient absorption to mood. While cooking cabbage softens its fibers and makes it easier to digest, raw versions in salads, coleslaw, or fermented foods like sauerkraut, though fermented foods have other benefits, the raw cabbage component can still be an issue for some, can be a real problem. Secondly, and perhaps even more concerning for a portion of the senior population, raw cruciferous vegetables contain goitrogens. Goitrogens are substances that can interfere with the normal functioning of the thyroid gland, which plays a vital role in regulating metabolism, energy levels, and overall bodily functions. While cooking significantly reduces the goitrogenic compounds, consuming large quantities of raw cabbage or other raw cruciferous vegetables, particularly if you already have an underlying thyroid condition like hypothyroidism, can potentially exacerbate the problem. Symptoms of an underactive thyroid often mirror common complaints in seniors: fatigue, weight gain, constipation, and feeling cold. If you're already struggling with these issues, unknowingly adding raw goitrogenic vegetables to your diet could make matters worse, sabotaging your efforts to boost your energy and manage your weight. It's a subtle but important distinction that many people miss. So, what's the practical advice here? If you enjoy cabbage and other cruciferous vegetables, always opt to cook them thoroughly. Steaming, roasting, or stir-frying them until they are tender will break down those tough fibers and reduce goitrogenic compounds, making them much kinder to your digestive system and safer for your thyroid. If you're experiencing persistent digestive issues after eating raw vegetables, or if you have a known thyroid condition, it's worth experimenting with removing raw cabbage and its relatives from your diet and observing the difference. Alternatives that offer fiber and crunch without the digestive burden include celery, cucumber, or even some types of cooked, softer greens like Swiss chard or bok choy. Making this simple adjustment can lead to a surprising improvement in your digestive comfort and overall well-being, freeing you from that uncomfortable post-meal bloat. Next, we're going to discuss the sixth vegetable that many seniors should reconsider, especially if they are looking to avoid a serious health decline: soybeans, particularly in their minimally processed forms like edamame. Soybeans have a complex reputation. For some, they are a healthy plant-based protein source, but for a significant portion of older adults, their unique compounds and common processing methods can pose several health risks. One major concern with soybeans is their high content of phytoestrogens, plant compounds that mimic the hormone estrogen in the body, while some research suggests potential benefits for post-menopausal women. For others, particularly men or women with hormone-sensitive conditions, excessive intake of phytoestrogens can disrupt the delicate hormonal balance. This can lead to subtle but persistent issues like fatigue, mood fluctuations, or even contribute to concerns related to prostate health in men. It's a nuanced area, but for an aging body, maintaining hormonal equilibrium is crucial for overall vitality. Beyond phytoestrogens, soybeans also contain natural compounds called goitrogens, similar to those found in raw cruciferous vegetables, which we just discussed. These goitrogens can interfere with thyroid function, potentially slowing down metabolism and contributing to symptoms like fatigue, weight gain, and brain fog, especially if your thyroid function is already compromised. Imagine trying everything to boost your energy, only to find that your daily snack of edamame or your reliance on soy-based products might be unknowingly slowing your metabolism down. For seniors, who are often already managing thyroid issues, adding more goitrogens to the diet, even in cooked forms, can be counterproductive. Furthermore, soybeans are often a source of digestive distress for seniors. They contain enzyme inhibitors and lectins, which can make them difficult to digest and absorb nutrients from. These anti-nutrients can irritate the gut lining, potentially leading to bloating, gas, stomach cramps, and even contributing to what's known as leaky gut syndrome, where undigested food particles can pass into the bloodstream and trigger systemic inflammation. For an aging digestive system that might already be more fragile, regularly consuming foods with these anti-nutrients can lead to chronic discomfort and hinder overall nutrient absorption. Also, a vast majority of the world's soy crops are genetically modified and heavily sprayed with pesticides. Much like corn, while organic, non-GMO soy exists, it's important to be aware that conventional soy carries the additional burden of potential pesticide residues, which can add to the body's toxic load and inflammatory response. So, what's the bottom line with soybeans and edamame? It's generally wise for seniors to approach them with caution, especially processed soy products like soy milk, soy protein isolates, and highly processed tofu, if you enjoy legumes. Better alternatives that offer plant-based protein and fiber without these specific concerns include lentils, chickpeas, or black beans. These alternatives are generally easier on the digestive system, lower in anti-nutrients and goitrogens, and offer a more reliable source of plant-based nutrition without the potential downsides that soybeans can present for a significant number of older adults. Making the switch can alleviate digestive discomfort and support a healthier hormonal and metabolic balance, leading to more consistent energy and overall well-being. Finally, we come to the seventh vegetable that many seniors over 65 should seriously consider limiting or even avoiding to prevent a serious health decline: green peas. While often considered a quintessential healthy vegetable, particularly when frozen and readily available, green peas, like some other legumes, can pose specific challenges for the aging digestive system and contribute to inflammation in sensitive individuals. The primary concern with green peas revolves around their content of lectins and phytic acid. Lectins are a type of protein found in many plants, particularly legumes and grains. While some lectins are harmless, certain types, especially in uncooked or improperly prepared forms, can act as anti-nutrients. This means they can bind to the lining of your gut, potentially causing irritation, inflammation, and interfering with the absorption of essential nutrients. For seniors, whose digestive systems are often more sensitive and whose nutrient absorption might already be less efficient, regularly consuming foods high in problematic lectins can lead to chronic gut issues like bloating, gas, and abdominal pain. Imagine regularly feeling a low-level discomfort in your stomach after meals, only to realize it might be linked to something as seemingly innocent as a side of green peas: phytic acid. Another anti-nutrient found in green peas and other legumes can also bind to minerals like zinc, iron, calcium, and magnesium, making them less available for absorption by your body. While proper cooking and soaking can reduce these compounds to some extent, they are rarely completely eliminated, and consistent consumption can still lead to mineral deficiencies over time. For seniors, who are already at a higher risk for nutrient deficiencies due to changes in diet, appetite, and absorption, minimizing sources of anti-nutrients becomes even more critical. Beyond anti-nutrients, green peas, while containing some protein, are also relatively starchy. For individuals managing blood sugar levels, even a seemingly small portion can contribute to a moderate glycemic response. While not as high as potatoes, the cumulative effect of starchy vegetables can still impact overall blood sugar stability, contributing to energy fluctuations and insulin resistance over time. Many seniors are also unknowingly consuming green peas in highly processed forms, like pea protein isolates added to vegan protein powders, snack bars, or processed meat alternatives. In these highly concentrated and refined forms, the potential for digestive upset and inflammatory response from lectins and other compounds can be even higher. Our bodies are designed to digest whole, natural foods, not highly isolated protein fractions. So, what's the verdict on green peas? It's often best for seniors to limit their intake. If you enjoy them, ensure they are thoroughly cooked. However, for those seeking easy to digest, nutrient-dense green vegetables, there are often better alternatives. Consider focusing on very well-cooked green beans, which are much lower in lectins and goitrogens, or steamed asparagus, which is gentle on the digestive system and packed with beneficial nutrients. These alternatives can provide the green vegetable goodness without the potential gut irritation, nutrient absorption issues, or inflammatory triggers that green peas can pose for many individuals over 65. We've now covered 7 surprising vegetables that, while often thought of as healthy, can present unique challenges for seniors over 65, potentially contributing to significant health decline. We talked about how potatoes can cause blood sugar spikes and inflammation, and how eggplant, as a nightshade, can exacerbate joint pain. We explored why spinach might be problematic due to high oxalates and its vitamin K content interfering with blood thinners. We then delved into corn's issues with blood sugar, GMO concerns, and digestive difficulties. Raw cabbage was next, with its potential for digestive distress and thyroid interference. Soybeans, even edamame, raised concerns about phytoestrogens, goitrogens, and difficult to digest compounds. And finally, we just discussed how green peas, with their lectins and phytic acid, can lead to gut irritation and hinder nutrient absorption. Remember, the goal here isn't to instill fear or suggest that you should never touch a vegetable again. It's about understanding that as our bodies age, they change, and what was once perfectly fine might now be causing subtle, cumulative issues. Small, informed changes can truly make a monumental difference in how you feel every single day. Instead of these potentially problematic vegetables, lean into a rainbow of other options: brightly colored bell peppers if you're not sensitive to nightshades, or cooked peppers, nutrient-dense carrots, vibrant sweet potatoes in moderation, gentle zucchini, comforting butternut squash, and a variety of other leafy greens that are lower in oxalates and goitrogens when cooked. Focus on variety and preparing your vegetables in ways that are easiest for your digestive system. Steaming, roasting, and simmering are often much kinder than raw consumption. Your health journey in your golden years is about empowerment, not restriction. It's about learning to listen to your body and making choices that truly serve your well-being. Don't feel overwhelmed by this information. Instead, feel empowered to experiment, adjust, and discover what truly makes you feel your best. Remember, small changes can make a big difference to your health and happiness. We've covered a lot today, and I truly hope this information helps you feel more vibrant and energetic. And now, for that surprise I promised you at the beginning. It's not about another vegetable to avoid, but rather a crucial mindset shift that impacts all your food choices, especially as you age. The biggest surprise is that the decline in health for many seniors isn't just about what they eat, but how they eat it. Many people over 65 are still eating like they're 20, quickly, distractedly, and without truly savoring their meals. The surprising truth is that simply slowing down, truly chewing your food until it's liquid, and eating mindfully, without distractions like TV or phones, can dramatically improve your digestion, nutrient absorption, and overall well-being. Even with some of these potentially problematic vegetables, when you chew thoroughly, you give your digestive enzymes a head start, breaking down tough fibers and complex compounds. This simple act reduces bloating, gas, and ensures your body can extract every bit of goodness from your food, turning your meal into true nourishment instead of a burden. It's a completely free, incredibly powerful habit that can transform your health regardless of what's on your plate. So, the biggest secret isn't just which vegetables to limit, but the fundamental practice of mindful, slow eating. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Have you noticed any of these vegetables affecting your health? Share your experiences and what changes you've made in the comments below. Your insights can help others in our community too. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps our channel reach more people who need this information. And don't forget to subscribe for more practical advice and empowering content designed to help you live your best life at every age. We're on this journey together, and I'm so grateful to have you here. Until next time, take good care of yourselves. And remember, every day is an opportunity to choose vitality.